Settle for the details now. And JoyNews is learning that former Municipal Chief Executive for Ejisu Drabing, Efifa Yamuaponko, has been picked up at his Femesua residence in Ashanti region. It is unclear why he was picked up by the police, but it is suspected to be in connection with Monday's shooting at the NDC regional office in Kumasi, which left one person dead and another seriously wounded. JoyNews' Kwesi Deborah is following up on this story. Kwesi joins me on the phone with some details. Kwesi, what do we know as far as this arrest is concerned right now?
Yes, and if we go to the residence, that Dakuja residence, it's around the Kumasi area, and we got there around 2, and we spoke with the housekeeper, and he told us that around 1:30 p.m. he saw armed policemen and also with a CID operatives of a man. They numbered about 15, and they came to the house and called him out and asked that he's been invited, that the command, that the central command wants to speak with him. So they told him, and they also followed them up with his Ford vehicle. So that's what happened. That's what he told them. He told us. So about 1:45, they left the house with the command, and we've come to the central command, and we've asked them. I've asked one of the PROs, and he told me that he's been here for about 2 hours now, but he's not seen any vehicle carrying the man to this place. So we don't really know as of now where it's being sent, whether it's a location which they don't want us to know, or it's there at the command. But that's what we've been told, that he's not in here.
So do we know whether or not this is an arrest for sure?
Yes, with how things are going, we can say that it's an arrest. Because though the housekeeper told us that it's been invited, but with the way things hand out, as in operatives numbering about 15, storming the house and taking him away, we'd want to say it's an arrest of assault.
As we speak, what's the mood at the house? So he was just picked up at the house. He was taken away. We don't know where he is now from what you're reporting. Has the police said anything before we get to the house?
No, we've not seen anything. And with the house, it's only the housekeeper who is found. We tried to speak with all the children. We've been told that the children are not around.
Right.
There's only 2 who are around. But as at that moment that we were speaking with the housekeeper, they were not also in the house. So it was only that the housekeeper and Yamuaponko who were in the house at the point where we were picked up.
To Kwesi Deborah there. Kwesi, thank you very much for bringing us those details, but we're still keeping our eyes on the ground, our ears on the ground as well, to update you as and when we have any further information on this development. In the meantime, the family of the NDC activist who was shot dead at the party regional office in Kumasi on Monday says some relatives have received death threats from unknown persons following the incident. It comes after the sister of the deceased shared pictures of people believed to be behind the murder of her brother. Nanaya Ojima visited the family house of the deceased and has filed this report.
In the family's quest to seek justice, the deceased sister, whose name we are withholding, posted pictures of suspected killers on Facebook. She had called for public support to enable police find killers. A user named Jinyame War Leader reacted with the following words.
All of you here commenting. Then he used the S word. Yes, he is a warrior. That's why he survived after he completed his mission. You better delete this post. If not yourself, you are in danger.
The Jinyame War Leader followed with a call to the young woman and further issued verbal threats. Here, a spokesperson for the family who says such information will be made available to police.
At
about 2 p.m., somebody who identified himself as Jinyame War Leader from supposedly Kronum Afrancho called and threatened me with death for posting his picture on Facebook. The caller allegedly questioned the wisdom in putting that picture on Facebook. And if Wasiu was a killer, meaning a strong man, he wouldn't have lost the fight.
A man said to be a constituency executive for the NDC in Asawase interrupted and restrained bereaved relatives from speaking to the news team. Some of the family members will not take it kindly. Habiba, who had spoken earlier on Insura FM Reviews, the brother had before yesterday received threats occasionally, allegedly from party people.
One Baba Idrisu is one of the people who had threatened Wasiu. He actually told Wasiu's mom the family wouldn't hear from Wasiu again. Before what happened yesterday, I called my mom when I heard the man was warning Wasiu to be careful or he will get him arrested, to which Wasiu responded he couldn't do anything to him. He pulled out handcuffs, though he is not a policeman.
Habiba talks about moments before her brother left for the party office to meet the tragedy.
Wasi was about to eat in the morning yesterday in the house when he had a call inviting him to the party office for settlement with leaders there. My mom warned him not to go and fight, but Wasi told her it was just for settlement. He will not engage anyone in a fight. I don't know the kind of settlement. Just about an hour later, we had a call that Wasi had been shot dead by some people on a motorbike.
Wasiu, described by relatives as a strong man, left behind a wife and a son. His mother and sisters depended on him for survival. Meanwhile, a second person who suffered gunshot wounds and was rushed to Konfanochi Teaching Hospital is said to be responding to treatment. Nana Ojima reporting.
In the meantime, the General Secretary of the NDC, Johnson Asiedu Nketia, has charged the police in the Ashanti region to treat perpetrators of Monday's fatal shooting incident as criminals regardless of their political affiliation. Ashanti Region Police is currently on a manhunt for 4 persons they claim are suspected members of the pro-NDC vigilante group, the Hawks. The group is accused of being behind the shooting that claimed the life of the gentleman who died yesterday and the 2 others who are in critical condition at the moment.
We decided to go and meet the regional executives and hold a meeting with them to bring home the point that they should forget about their petty differences and let us concentrate to pull through a very successful and peaceful election. It was in the middle of the meeting that we heard some gunshots outside. We were in the meeting. When we heard the gunshots, then somebody rushed to bang our door and said that there has been some gunshots and some 2 people had been gunned down. So by the time we appeared from the meeting room, the perpetrators had left, and the eyewitnesses told us that they came on a motorbike, and then after gunning down those people, they escaped back on the motorbike. But the people who had been gunned down are party people, so they had been evacuated and then were on the way to the hospital. So we had to call the police. Regional commander indicated that he should bring in some police personnel to come and handle the situation. Whilst we also, myself and the national chairman, rushes to the hospital, Konfanochi Teaching Hospital, to see about the injured. Unfortunately, when we reached there, one had been pronounced dead and the other one is in intensive care. So meanwhile, the police have begun their investigations, and we have indicated that crime has no party colors. As we speak to you, we don't know who must have perpetrated this, but because of the presence of these eyewitnesses, I'm sure it will not be difficult for the police to get people to identify the perpetrators.
One of the eyewitnesses told us that the people on motorbikes who did this, they said categorically that these are members of the Hawks. They claim to belong to the NDC. The police in the statement confirmed this eyewitness account. Is the party aware of these individuals being pro-MPP with the NDC vigilante group members?
That will help the police in conducting their investigation. So whoever they are, whether they are vultures or parrots or hawks, crime is crime. They should apprehend the person. Our only problem is that they should be able to identify the perpetrator, because we know the police in some cases will go and arrest innocent people by the time they are prosecuted and found to be innocent, the actual perpetrators must have escaped. So they should use the leads provided by the eyewitnesses, and I'm sure they'll be able to identify the perpetrator. I am told that it is one person who shot the two people. So it is not about a group of persons or whatever.
Johnson Asiedu Nketia, the General Secretary for the NDC. Now, government has been expressing condolences to the family of the man who was killed after that shooting incident in the Ashanti region. In a statement signed by Information Minister Kojo Opong Nkrumah, government condemned also the incident, urging the police to speed up investigations to bring the perpetrators to book. I'm going to go through the statement for you. That statement is on your screen at the moment. It's captioned "Government Statement on Shooting Incident at NDC Regional Office in Kumasi." And it reads, the government of Ghana condemns the reported shooting incident that took place at the NDC Regional Headquarters in the Ashanti region, leaving one person dead and several others injured. The police, in its preliminary investigations, has reviewed that it is on a manhunt for for 4 persons in connection with the incident. Government expresses condolences to the bereaved family, wishes the injured a speedy recovery, and urges the police to speed up investigations to bring the perpetrators to book. Government reiterates that violence should be eschewed from all spheres of our national life. Citizens and groups are further encouraged to desist from actions that create a state of insecurity in our nation. And it is signed by Kojo Opong Nkrumah, who is the Member of Parliament for Ofuase Ayerebi, also Minister for Information there. Now, away from that, we're, by the way, making attempts to reach the police in the Ashanti region to get you more updates on the arrest or the invitation, if you like, of former MP Yamwa Ponko. When we do get that, we'll bring you to that. But it looks like we have to go back to Kumasi, because we understand there's heavy security presence at the Komfo Teaching Hospital, where the gentleman who was killed yesterday was taken to, as well as those who were battling for their lives. We don't know what the latest development is, but we have our man on the ground to tell us what is happening. Kwesi Deborah is there for us. Hello, Kwesi.
Yes, good to
Go ahead.
Yes, what we've been told is that around 11 there in the morning, the family of the deceased came around trying to take the body away because they think that the body is supposed to be buried today. And when they came, they were met with, should I say, force majeure from the police, saying that they will release the body for the family, to the family tomorrow. And this resulted in should I say, a bit of a delay, and yes, and the family threatened to beat up the mortuary attendants because they think that they need it today, but they've been instructed, that's an instruction coming from the police, that they are supposed to release it to them tomorrow because they are not done with their investigation. And so the family is quite agreed, and they want their body today, but this is the case where the police say they are going to release it to them tomorrow. So there's heavy police presence at the morgue. They are numbering more than 10 there, guarding, and that's protecting the mortuary attendants.
All right.
And so we have some of the family, and we're going to speak with them, and I'm going to brief you on the latest update.
Very well. So you're yet to speak to the family members. So what it means is that the body is...
I'm trying to get to them. They are a bit farther.
Right.
I'm trying to get to them.
Right. Let's do that. But whilst you're at it, Kwesi, what it means at the moment is that the body is still at the hospital. It has not been released.
It's still at the morgue. It's not been released. And please, yes, and whether police PR that we spoke with is supposed to be released tomorrow, but the family wants it today.
Okay.
So that's what's happening now.
Has the security presence at the hospital created any sort of situation, any sort of panic there for patients especially?
You know, the hospital, that's the CAF hospital, the CAF morgue is just at the end, is at the tail end. It's not inside the hospital. So those at the hospital talking about patients and should I say the health workers are not, most of them I know are not actually aware of what is going on outside. So it's a bit outside, it's a bit distant. So I'm thinking it's not really affecting them because I think they don't know anything that's going on there.
Thank you very much for that update. We'll hang on and have you reach the family members so we can hear their side of the story as we also try to get the police to respond from here. Kwesi Deborah there coming to us live from the Comfort Noche Teaching Hospital, where we understand there's been heavy security presence and some scuffles involving the gentleman who was killed's family and staff at the Comfort Noche Teaching Hospital morgue.